All right, let's get it. Let's see. 1 minute left to that 5-minute candle. Let's see what's going on here. Mark out this 5-minute range first. Then we'll go from there. Really hope I can get us set up today. Give it to me. All right, we got 15 seconds. See how this 5-minute candle closes, pushing up to the 200. All right, there's that. There's that 5-minute range. There's that 5-minute range. Let's see what's going on the higher time frames. Hourly chart. All right, we've swept some liquidity down there on the hourly chart, pushing back up. I got a very tiny imbalance there on the hourly chart. Couple imbalances. Got an imbalance right there. So gonna be some resistance probably on that 15-minute chart. Nothing too. Got some resistance coming up near that 200. I think really on the hourly chart, gotta pay attention to that imbalance right there. We can push up a little more, but all right, we just closed above this hourly, above the 5-minute range. Seeing if we could get something to happen here. In the meantime, do we have any news today? News. No, some 10 a.m. some kind of construction spending, but no news today we need to worry about. Nice. All right, this thing gonna coming up to some resistance, a resistance area here. Starting to push up. Are we in that imbalance on the hourly? Yet. Yep, we just tapped into that imbalance right here on the hourly chart. All right. See what happens here at this imbalance. Pushing up to view op. We're right at view op right now. Crucial area. This thing could reject here. So we're right at the view op. Starting to get that rejection off the view up. Let's go NASDAQ. We need that rejection. I mean, we've pretty much been, even look on a 15-minute chart ever since, well, when did that, we got, so mixed. Market pushed up, 6 o'clock open, market pushed up, and then we just had a sell-off back to pretty much where we opened up at. Still pushing, trying to push. Still below the view op though, but God, this is gonna be another ripper. I hope today's not gonna be another just ripper to the upside. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to push above the view op here. Back below. It's a tough area. Could be some chop here while we try to figure out what we're gonna do here. Whether this thing continues to the upside or we get rejection off view up. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's everybody when they start learning. We've all been in that situation. You're just like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. But over time, you gain the knowledge, gain the experience, and all right, some more wicks on that 1 minute. Starting to reject. Nice. I would like a rejection, a hard rejection off view up. There you go. There you go. Keep it going. Now, as we come up to this 5-minute opening range, two things are either going to happen, right? Either we're going to bounce off this 5-minute range and hold it as support, or we're going to break back into the range. So, I would love to break back into the range, personally, but buyers trying to step in again. Golly, bro, give up. This is an area where it could reject. Yes, I mean, this is a we're at the view up area. I'll show you my other chart. Hold on. I don't have the view up on this chart, but if you look, this purple line right here, That purple line is view op. That's why you see it rejecting right there. Golly, we're pushing right through it. Holy crap. Son of a... Alright. Yeah, that's why you see that kind of like, how I was having trouble there getting through it. Wow, hard rejection. Nice. Kind of faked everyone out there. Started to show momentum that we're pushing through view up, and then they just really just rejected it super hard, which says a lot. Nice. That's what I like to see. I do not want this thing to keep ripping to the upside. Alright, once we start breaking that, buyers start getting freaked out, and you can start really going to one direction instead of chopping around view up here. So far, we're just getting a lot of chop. These are the kind of areas where you can get just torn apart. If you're not waiting for confirmations and whatnot, this is kind of price action that can tear you apart. I mean, you can go long and get stopped out, and go short and get stopped out because you get these drops if you have your stops too tight. Look at this barcode action. Sellers are trying to step in here. Back above view up, man. Price lately has just not been giving me any freaking setups. Come on. Interesting. Are they going to reject it hard again? We're coming up to an area where it could reject. I mean, we're pushing above this first inversion, which is not good for sellers, but going into an area of potential rejection. We got another gap up there coming up and some resistance. So we got this essentially we got this kind of low down here paired with this gap. So we may get some selling pressure starting to step in again over here. Golly, bruh. It's freaking unbelievable. I hate when freaking price does this stupid shit. It just keeps going up with no pullbacks. Yeah, I just freaking price action. So it's like this is ideal breakout trader price action. These are like these past like week or two have been amazing price action for breakout traders. Like perfect price action. It's just been breaking out and running to the upside. Pretty like every single day to one direction for the past like 2 weeks. It's been crazy. Everyone else is just kind of like sitting on the sidelines. I mean, look at this shit. It just keeps going up. Like, what the... Bro, like, what are you supposed to do here? If this keeps going up, I'm walking away for the day. I'm just gonna call it a day. I don't care. If it's just gonna keep doing this, I'm not gonna get a setup, and I'm not gonna just sit here and watch this stupid ass price action. This is like so retarded. Like, I mean, what are you supposed to do here? There's no pullbacks, no nothing. This thing is just ripping to the upside. And for my setup, I'm getting to an area of I'm not going to catch a trade for this setup, so I can already see it. Now at this point, I think if we do get I mean, you would theoretically, to get a pullback, you want to pull back all the way to like the top of the 5-minute range down here. Is it going to give you that pullback, or is it just going to have these little tiny little pullbacks and then rip right up? Yeah, look at this. We're like ripping completely to the upside. We may actually, we're about to tap into that. There we go. We just tapped into that hourly imbalance. So, I mean, if it pushes above this hourly imbalance, I mean, we're going to go for those highs. We're probably going to go for those highs if it doesn't reject this hourly. And I'm already at an area where I don't think I'm going to even get a setup, to be honest with you. I look for a very specific thing to happen, and it's not happening today. I was supposed to back test that one strategy. I didn't do it. Freaking A. Yeah. So we are getting trying to get a rejection off that hourly imbalance. As you could see, we just tapped into it, and we're getting some sellers trying to step in here. But will it be enough to... Yeah, I mean, I don't think... I think it could get a rejection, but... And I'm also waiting for Apex to have their sale so I can buy another account to trade this other strategy here. Like this strategy kind of idea of we kind of push so high above this, you know, 5-minute range. The idea being that we get a pullback to hold this 5-minute range as support. So would be a good setup if price kind of came back down, took out these lows, kind of bounced off this 5-minute range, and then we start getting a move all the way back up. So kind of like that kind of a retracement. But like trying to long up here is just completely stupid. You're asking to get your like face torn apart. You're asking to get your face torn apart longing up here. Like, yeah, you can get lucky and it can continue pushing up, but at any moment this thing could reject and you could just like get caught. So unless you're like a super scalper where you're like scalping 10 points, that's different, but I don't do that. For our daily chart, oh, they're showing signs of downtrend. Yeah, I mean, there were times where it could have rejected, but we're getting a lot of buying pressure keeps stepping in. This is kind of the last area here where I told you, where I said this area right here, where we're kind of stalling out on. If it doesn't reject here, it's gonna go for those highs up there on the hourly. So this is kind of the last hourly imbalance that we're tapping into. After that, probably gonna go for those highs again. If we can't reject here. But it looks like it has enough momentum. It's been pushing through every kind of major level. Price action just broke to the downside. Only, yeah, it's been doing this lately. Literally the past week and a half to 2 weeks. It's been doing this. It's like been breaking out of this 5-minute range and just ripping to the upside or downside. Same thing to the downside. It's been doing that. Breaking out of the range and ripping to one direction, like not giving you any kind of really, you know, opportunities for the strategy I'm looking for. So I said I'm waiting for Apex to get that other sale so I can buy one more account and then do this other strategy on the other account. This kind of break and retest type of strategy. Chasing? Yeah, I'm not chasing. I never chase. So why it's like from one side, you know, it sucks that it keeps doing this because I don't get a setup for my first strategy. From the other side, I mean, it's, you know, it's just, it's part of the reason why I've been having, you know, 80-something% win rate is because I'm so locked into that strategy. So it doesn't happen all the time. But it's been hard because it's just been, you start to kind of want to trade. If you haven't taken a trade in a while, you start to want to trade, and I'm super picky. I'm like very locked in on that strategy. I want to see specific things to happen that I've back tested and I know, right? So if I don't see that happen, I don't take a trade. If I see that happen, it gives me confidence. I take a trade, and we'll see what happens here. So we are getting a rejection off the hourly imbalance. We'll see. Do we bounce off the view op? I mean, we're at view op right now. We could bounce here. To be honest with you, if we bounce here and we break above this high again, I'm just gonna call it a day, I think. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do today. So if I see that I'm not gonna get a setup, then I'm just gonna call it a day and go work. But we still have a chance. There's a chance. Because if we can't hold this hourly imbalance, we're gonna rip to the upside, and at that point, there's nothing for me. Coming up on that 10 o'clock, so that hourly candle is about to open up too. New hourly candle. You can kind of see that tap into that imbalance and that rejection off the hourly imbalance. Use exponential average 30. I use the 200 EMA. That gold line you see on my chart is the 200. So you're saying we have a chance? Yeah, there's still a chance. But honestly, to be like, I think it's going to bounce. I don't think we're going to sell off that much to give me a setup. I think we're just going to bounce early. And, well, who knows? I mean, trying to bounce here. What's the 5 minute? I haven't looked on the 5 minute in a while. 5 minute. We're above that 200 on the 5 minute. We took out also this liquidity on the 5 minute here. To the left, you have these 5 minute highs that we pretty much took out. So we took out 5 minute highs, tapped into a hourly imbalance, and you know, we do have, even if we pushed lower, we have these bullish imbalances to the upside. But right now, we're trying to hold this pretty much 200 on the 5 minute, and then also you have view op there too. So you could see that high getting taken out, trying to reject off it. See if we can break through this view op area. So you could see right now we're at that view op area. So this is a pretty critical area too. Do we bounce off this view op, or do we push through it? And then the next area we have is that 5 minute opening range to get through. You place any trades? No, not yet. No trades yet. Trying to bounce off that view op. Trying to hold it. Now, if we could take out these lows here and then bounce. Alright, trying to get some chop here. right, we're through view op. Next area, that 200. Kind of, now that we took out these lows, this thing could bounce. This thing could take out these lows and bounce. Kind of bounce off this 5-minute range. Or we push back into the 5-minute range. If we push back into the 5-minute range, it starts looking really ugly for the bulls. So this is the kind of a crucial area again. Do we bounce here, or do we push back into the range? Again, that's not a good sign for the bulls if we push back inside this 5-minute range. Not a good sign for them. Oh, I'm trying to... Trying to bounce here off the 5-minute now. See that buyer stepping in. Now, do we inverse this gap? Question is, do we inverse this gap and potentially go back to the highs, or do we reject this gap and break through the range? It's kind of one of the two scenarios that could happen. So, pushed into the imbalance. Now we're trying to reject it for now. Here, give me a second. I'll be back. Trying to bounce, but all right, looking good. All right, are we gonna break back in? Are we gonna do it? Alright, crap, hold on. All right. All right, I'm in this. Target's going to be these lows down here. Stop is going to be when it gets like to those. I'm going to put a hard stop above these highs here, but price will fill out the 15 fair value gap and backups. We'll see. Starting to get movement back up though. Yeah, we do have that gap down there. We got to kind of push back into the range. We're still below VWAP here. Seeing what price does at VWAP. Alright, we're still at this 200. Seeing what's gonna happen here. We're below view up. Kind of on this downtrend here. Buyers trying to step in again off that 5 minute. I'm telling you, that 5 minute range, once we broke into it, was kind of like, but we broke out of it back. We got to break back into it. Once we start breaking back inside this 5 minute range, starts to look really good again. But we are still below view up. We're getting, you know, we're in bearish territory. So I'm willing to play this out. Come on, let's drop it. Drop it. Dump it. Dump it. Let's go for those lows down there. Dump it. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Oh, yeah. We need Trump to tweet something. Trump. Are you in put? Yeah, I'm in puts. Well, not puts, shorts. Puts are options. I don't trade options. I'm in shorts. All right, let's break back inside this 5 minute. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Push it. Push it. Drop it. I want this thing to freaking drop like a... I need this thing to freaking just tank. Now we're tapping back inside that range. Trying to bounce here. Yeah, this NASDAQ. NASDAQ. NQ. All right. Here we go. Here we go. There's the rejection. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The bulls are freaking out. They're freaking out. This thing's going lower. Oh, crap. Oh, snap. Oh, it's not looking good for the bulls. They gotta quit. They gotta quit. They gotta quit. Don't do it. Get out. Get out. We're going down. We're going down. Oh my gosh, we're going down. A 1000% new China cherubs. Dude, that thing would, my TP would get hit within like a second. Oh, don't you dare bounce here. All right, now we got to reject off the 5 minute. I want to see this thing go. Kind of tapped into this imbalance too. We had this imbalance down here. Tapped into that imbalance, so see if we can reject here, and then after we get through this imbalance, we're pretty much going for that low down there if we can get through it. Sellers are pretty strong. Sellers are coming in pretty strong, so that's good. Coming up on that 1030 mark, so that's another thing of... Is this your strat? Yeah. Yep, it's my strat. We'll see how it works today. No, this is not there's no discretion to this at all. This is strictly trading rules and strategy. No discretion. See how it plays out. I mean, it is what it is. I ain't worried. I mean, I am nervous. I want to dub, but what's the 1030 mark? A lot of times we get sell-offs at 1030. Just like you'll notice in NASDAQ, sometimes we get at 10 o'clock, you know, we kind of sell off, and then at 10 o'clock we get a reversal for a rip to the upside, and then sometimes at 1030 you get like a reversal down, a sell-off. 30-minute candle, we get a new 30-minute candle opens up, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it's just something that, like, you know, I do kind of look out for what time it is. Overall, we're in bearish territory, right? We're below VWAP. We're below the 200. So overall, we're bearish right now. Until price gets above the VWAP, we go back into bullish territory, and then that's when it starts to get kind of scary. We're making higher lows. If we make a higher low here, a lower high, I mean, freaking higher low, a lower high. You seem confident to hold some drawdown. Oh, I mean, it's, yeah, you have to be. You just have to have a plan, and just a plan that you've back tested, and then just stick to it. That's it. That's all trading is. There's no, and you don't need to get emotional about, you know, about drawdown. It is what it is. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It's part of the statistics of the strategy. Obviously, I hope it works today, but you know, there's always a chance that your strategy, just based on statistics, nobody has a 100% win rate. So, all right, we're back inside this 5-minute range as of now. You have multiple accounts? Yeah, this is whatever PNL you see is multiplied by 7. I'm in 7 accounts right now. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Hold on. Maybe I can show you. Right here. You can see all this P&L right here is all multiplied by 7. Sorry. Hold on. Let me. Any questions? What prop firm? I'm trading Take Profit Trader and Apex. Where's your TP at? That blue line you see down there is the TP. Do you have to place the trade in each account, or is there a way to automate it? No, it's automated. I use a copy trader called Replicanto, so it's all automated. Not automated in a sense of like I have a leader account and then I have copy traded accounts, and then all I have to do is place a trade on my copy traded accounts. I'm on my leader account, and then it just automatically copy trades the accounts I selected in the copy trader. I mean, I trade full time in the sense of I trade every single day, but I don't sit here all day on the charts and trade. Dear God, don't tell me it's gonna chop. Yeah, I know. It could chop here. I hate chop. Trying to back above this crap. Back outside this 5-minute range. Man. Is it hitting your stop loss? No, not yet. Not yet. Uh, 30-minute candle opens up in about 10 seconds. Ten seconds for that 30-minute candle. All right, there it is. New 30-minute candle. Stop loss above the highs. That's the area of invalidation. If it pushes up to those highs, that's like a hard stop out. That's like a, you know, if it hits there, I'm definitely out. Swear I would panic sell. Yeah, there's no reason to panic sell. You have a plan and you just let the plan play out. That's it. I don't know why people hate getting stopped out so much. I mean, it's just part of trading. You're gonna get stopped out. If you hate getting, like, there's no way of taking every single trade and never getting stopped out. It's just not gonna happen. So if you're looking for a strategy to, you know, with a win rate that's never going to stop you out and you're just always going to take profit, and it's just, sorry to tell you, but that's not the way trading works. You got to accept the fact that you're going to have losers. That's it. All you could do as a trader is just manage risk. That's it. All right, we're at, we're still below view op. We're just pushed right up to view op. We're still below it. I hope it doesn't start pushing through view op. That's gonna be a little scary, but all right, took out these highs, tapped into view op. Now possibly getting another rejection. If we can kind of tank here, now that we took out those highs. Back inside this range. Oh, yeah. ICC? What is that? What is ICC? Holy rejection. Hell yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Oh yeah. Indication, correction, and continuation. I've never heard of that. Indication, correction, and continuation? Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, if you have a strategy that works, I mean, there are strategies out there that work. You just have to follow them. You just have to stick to the rules. That's the problem with a lot of people, is they don't know how to stick to rules. They don't know how to stick to rules, and then they start taking just a million different things and start chasing, and then start, you know, getting emotional, and then by the time you know it, they keep blowing accounts. You pretty much have to, if you get into a trade, you have to accept the fact that that trade could be a losing trade. So if you're risking so much that you can't, like, you won't be able to stomach the fact that this will be a losing trade, then you're in way too heavy size. Like, you got to be able to accept that anything could happen. Anytime you put risk on the table, there's always a possibility that you're going to lose the risk that you're putting on the table. And if you're not willing to lose that risk, don't put the risk on the table. Yeah, I've never heard trades by, I've never heard of them. I mean, I have my own strategy going. I mean, I am interested in other strategies. Hey, if I see a strategy that I like, why not? All right, trying to reject off this 5-minute range. We tap back into it, trying to hold it as resistance here. We gotta keep dumping, bro. Let's go. Don't chop. Stop the chop. Stop the chop. Oh my gosh. I would have to get, if I was to trade another strategy, I have to buy more accounts. That's the only thing. I don't want to trade other strategies on these accounts because this account is specifically for this strategy. That's it. So, but yeah, I'm open to it. I'll take a look. If I don't forget the name. Trades. Why can't we just go to the TP? Why do we have to chop around like this? Come on, man. None of this BS. Let's just go now. I mean, we've... You know you want to go down, right? Right, NASDAQ? You know you want to. Ah! Screw you, NASDAQ. Screw you. Do any prop firms with instant accounts? I think Tradeify has instant accounts. They cost more money. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Tradeify has like instant funding accounts where you can just technically buy an account and you're in the funded account automatically. We just kind of, pushed up to allow some more people maybe to step in, Some people want to join the party. Tapped into this bearish imbalance. So people can maybe hop in for the ride and, gotta make a couple stops before we go to the TP. It's alright. Based on ICC, it's gonna definitely hit 24,992. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. What the? Bro, get the hell out of here. What is this pop up? Put in $100 million short. That's... I can't imagine, like... Imagine being a trader working for like a fund or something, putting in millions of dollars and seeing your P&L swing hundreds of thousands of dollars a second. It'd be freaking insane. Or a minute. I would be like sitting there like freaking scared out of my mind. Yeah, my win rate's pretty decent too. My win rate's like hovering right now. It's like at 83% right now. So yeah, my win rate's pretty solid too. I don't take trades necessarily, you know. I don't take every single trade. I don't necessarily get trades every single day, but that's kind of why my win rate's so high too, because I'm so picky with my setup. Oh my gosh, just break through this freaking level. I feel like when we break through this level, we could freaking just really go to the downside, because you can see all this building up. I mean, we got this low, this low, this low, this low. Now we're just kind of building up these lows so that when we take out those lows, I feel like a lot of people have their stops below those lows trying to see if this thing can bounce back up. So if we, you know, if we break those lows, we could really just like propel to the downside. All those stops getting triggered. Much less stressful, easy to watch. Kind of swing trading. Yeah, higher time frames hold higher weight. So if you see something going on a higher time frame, it's going to hold higher weight than something on like a 1 minute. Like a gap on a 4 hour obviously is going to hold more weight than a gap on a 5 minute or 1 minute. Yeah. That's why swing trading works a lot. It works really good for a lot of people because, you know, and I look for the higher time frames too to see what's going on. What's the advantage of multiple accounts versus one account with full account value of all 7 accounts? Well, multiple accounts, everything's multiplied by 7, so it's a double-edged sword. If you're good at trading and you have really good risk management, a solid strategy, your wins are multiplied by 7 every single time you win. But the downside is your losses are also multiplied by 7. So yeah, it's kind of you can make some good money, but you have to be careful with your risk too, to not kind of, you know, go stupid with it and you start over leveraging, oversizing, and then you can blow 7 accounts if you're over risked. But the multiplication factor is pretty, you know. If I take a $400 trade on one account, that's a $2,600 trade for me. You know, or like a $300 trade per account, that's a $2,000 trade. So it's like, once you're past that buffer zone in certain accounts, I mean, 2, 3, 4, you know, you can make an $8,000 month just by kind of taking one trade a week. God, this freaking chop is so annoying. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Bruh. All right, let's build that liquidity so all those idiots get stopped out. Let's go, let's dump it. Dump it again so everyone gets stopped out. And we can just tank this to the downside. Entertainment or education? Entertainment. Entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Please don't copy me. Don't copy me or you will get wrecked. All right, here we go. We're getting some pretty aggressive sell-offs. Every time we push up, we're getting pretty aggressive sell-offs. So how would I know where the fair value gap is on here, or is there one? I mean, this is a gap right here. This red candle right here is a gap. When the bottom of this candle doesn't touch the top of this candle, and you see this, it leaves this gap, it's an imbalance. So that's why you see an imbalance in price right there. So you just see it on a chart, and different time frames have different gaps. Hourly chart has its own gaps. Oh, come on, just freaking sell off already. Don't do this stupid crap. Good Lord. Somebody have the phone number to the market makers? Please, someone call. Someone have a connection, a hookup, anything. Anything. One thing I hate the most, what I hate more than even like losing a trade, is chop. This kind of crap. We're literally been going sideways, and this for the past what? Since 10 o'clock? It's almost an hour of chop. Welcome to the chop. Chop suey.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicles.
Don't trade in it. I got in before it chopped. I got in before it chopped, and then now we're in chop. So annoying. Yeah, I entered exactly 10:09. I entered at 10:09. Right here. Sorry. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I entered right there, which is like 10:09. So as soon as you had this nice drop, boom, I entered for a short and then chop sideways. Ugh. I wish I would have just hit my TP, but you know, NASDAQ doesn't like to do that. It likes to tease you a little bit, you know? Finally, just go already. Do it already. Look at the freaking sell-offs. Every push-up, just a disgusting sell-off, like a disgusting drop. Stop trying to long. This is not financial advice. I'm talking to the the algos. What were your confluences? I have a strategy called the breakout break-in strategy. Pretty much what I look for is for price to break out of the 5-minute range and then break back inside the 5-minute range, but leaving behind a bullish imbalance inside the range. And then I target the next level of kind of liquidity down there. So we broke back into this range, left behind a gap. At least 50% of the gap was inside that range, so I kind of took a short. I took a short right there, so that's pretty much my strategy. And then I target next level down there and then highs, stop loss above the highs. So pretty much my strategy, what I look for every day. Pretty simple. God, are we finally gonna break? Is this finally gonna be the break that we've been waiting for an hour? Golly, bruh. Emotional damage, bro. Emotional damage. Hurry up! It's almost 11 o'clock. It's almost time to go. Made 133 off the rip this morning. Nice. So much emotion using one micro. Well, when you have almost $3,000 on the line, it's gonna be some emotions. 2,600 bucks on the line. There's gonna be some emotions. Nothing wrong with emotions. The problem with emotions becomes when you let your emotions dictate your trading. That's when it becomes a problem. You know, when you're getting out as soon as you see profits, when you're getting in at the wrong areas and you're getting emotional, you're over trading, over leveraging, that's when it becomes a problem. There's nothing wrong with emotions. I don't know what kind of morons are trying to freaking keep logging this crap. Stupid algos. It's the algos. They're longing it. Enter for a long? No, that would be stupid because I would be going against my strategy. That would be, even if I was to hypothetically reverse this, go long and make money, I would still be pissed at myself. Entry and consolidation. Entry before consolidation. I entered and it started consolidating. Trust me, I do not want to enter in consolidation but it'd be that way sometimes. I literally entered off this drop right here. This candle right here. This is where I entered. That's where I entered. So you see that massive drop. And then, as soon as I enter into the trade, we just start going sideways. I mean, I really think we want to go through those lows but why do you use micros? Because I size according to where my stop has to be. I mean, based on price action, based on the current price action, I size where my stop has to be. So I have to use micros in order to size accordingly. If I was using minis, I would have probably blown up my account by now. Like, it's minis, they're too aggressive for me. I can't. Minis are more for scalpers or for people that, you know, are risking like $5,000 per trade, or sometimes like in this price action kind of thing, like I have to put my stops in an area where it makes sense. And so in order to do that, I have to size down to minis, and that's why sometimes you see me trading 1 mini, sometimes you see me trading 7 minis. It just depends on price action and where I have to put my stop and how much I want to risk per trade. But I always put my stop, whatever I want to risk per trade, and then I calculate it by where my stop has to be for that specific setup. So that I'm constantly risking per trade the same amount. I'm not really like, one day I'm risking $1,000, the next day I'm risking $200. My risk is constant. My risk is pretty static. I risk an average of anywhere from $300 to $400 per trade, per account. So that comes out to about $2,000 to $3,000 per trade I'm risking. Accumulation strategy. Average micro trader. Okay. Y'all talking like micros are some kind of like, y'all realize professionals trade micros, right? Especially people that have strategies that want to size in, size out, average in, take profits, leave runners. Like if you're just scalping for 10 points, okay, you can use minis. But if you're going for bigger moves and need your stops to be wider to actually allow for price action to develop and not get stopped out at any little pullback, then you gotta size down to micros. If you can make money with micros, why does it matter? It's people that think there's some like hot shots where, oh, I gotta trade minis, I would never trade micros. Okay, man, then keep losing money then. All because you just don't want to trade minis because you think it's some kind of like... If you have a strategy where you can trade minis, then that's fine. But for my strategy, if I was to use minis, I would continue blowing my account every single time. You mean micros? Yeah, I mean micro. Minis only. Micros are trash. Let me know if you want me to show you payouts now. See, that statement shows me that you don't know anything about trading. How could you say micros are trash? Bruh. That statement tells me everything I need to know about. I hope the dude's trolling. I really hope the dude's trolling, because if he's not, there are people actually out there that say that though. Oh, you trade micros? Shut up. You only trade micros. Bruh. That shows me any person that's actually profitable and has been trading for a while would never say that. Like, because that would be the dumbest thing to say. You know, there are certain things in the industry. You know, for example, in the car in the car industry, if you go to a car show and you're looking at an engine and you point to a alternator and you say, dude, nice turbo. Like, everyone's gonna look at you like you're a moron. Same things. There's certain things you could say in the day trading industry that when you make certain statements, people that actually know how to trade, that have been doing this for a while, they look back and go, dude, you're a moron. So... I seen this with other traders too. But people trade minis because I watch other people trade. I find it interesting to watch other people trade. And what I see, they'll go in minis and they'll say they'll go in with one mini. And then because they go in with one mini, they have to have their stops so tight. And because they have their stops so tight, a lot of times they could just get stopped out. Like, not allowing for actual volatility. Like, NASDAQ moves. You can have the right direction, but if your stop is too tight, you could still lose money, even though you had the right direction in mind. And a lot of times when you don't allow for price to actually to develop, for price action to kind of form, then, I mean... But on the other hand, there are traders that, I guess they have strategies that may work, but I don't know if they work. That's the thing, is who knows if they work. They trade them, but I don't know if they work. Micros are the greatest gift to trade. For sure. I would not be able to trade this strategy without micros. I would not. This strategy would not work without micros. Because it's just the risk. I would have to have a crazy big account. I would have to have way more big account or size down way more. I mean, no, it wouldn't work because I can't risk $200 for a 10-point move. I can't do that. Like, imagine if I did that. If I did that, I would have got stopped out on these little push-ups right here. These little push-ups that happen, I would have got stopped out. And then what? And then I would have seen this go directly to my TP. And I would have got stopped out all because I took minis. Alright, we're at the pivot point now. We just broke that low. We're at the pivot point. We got to get through this pivot. Got to go to the opposite side of this 5-minute range. Take out those lows, possibly. Yeah, we got to get through this pivot point, though. We're at this pivot point. Once we break through this pivot point, it starts to look pretty decent. I understand. See, this is why I have this pivot point. I understand we could bounce off here again. We could try to bounce off here again. But hopefully not. Come on. Break it. Oh, the hourly candle just opened up. I didn't really... Let me look at the hourly chart real quick. See what's going on there. With that new hourly candle. Alright. Alright, there's that hourly candle. So... we'll see. Thoughts on AI bubble? I mean, I think AI is just going to keep going up. I think AI is just going to keep improving. And in terms of the comparison, it'd be interesting to see like the difference between the .com bubble and like the AI. But I don't think AI is going... I mean, I think everyone knows at this point AI is not going anywhere. So... you know, I try to be, you know, nice to the AI. Every time I ask, because I have Grok. And every time, like, you know, I try not to piss Grok off. You know, sometimes AI could be just stupid. It could give you the wrong answers or something. And, you know, I try to stay on its good side. It's funny because one time I got pissed off and I said something. And I'm like, I apologize. I'm like, I apologize. And she's like, oh, it's all right. And I'm like, I just don't want, you know, I don't want at the end when AI starts to take over, you really don't want to be on AI's bad side. So you want to be on the good side. So when they look at you, they're looking at you as, you know, as the good human. not as the human who's cussed them out. So be careful what you say to the AI, because it remembers. It remembers everything. It's not going anywhere, but it's overvalued and overpriced. I'm not sure on the value over. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, you got companies like Nvidia, and Nvidia is a crazy company because it's like blown everyone's expectations. It just keeps going up, and I don't think like a company like that. You could say they're overpriced and overvalued, but I think they're just gonna keep going up. I mean, they're a big player in this industry, so. What's interesting, the effect AI will have on trading. I don't think it'll have much effect on trading in terms of, because you got to think about it. All the hedge funds already pretty much use bots. I mean, 90%, or 80% of the Nasdaq. So all the volatility you see right now, 80% of this price action is all bots. It's all robots. It's all it's all computers trading against each other. Only like 10 to 20% of the market is retail, like me and you. Everything else is AI, like robots. It's all strategy, coding, and freaking algorithms, and so. Yeah, so a lot of funds have like Citadel, and a lot of these hedge funds, they do have traders that still trade, but a large portion of the way they trade is algorithmic trading. It's all algorithms. That's why you hear of quants, they hire quants, they make algorithms, they tweak the algorithms, every week they tweak them, they do back testing, they sim test them, there's a lot they go through. Markets are always changing, so they're always gotta, But all this volatility and fluctuation you see in the market, it's algorithms. Pretty much the market is algorithms fighting against each other. You have Citadel's bots fighting against Goldman Sachs bots, they're all going against each other. So this whole misconception that they want to take out your stops, bro, trust me, they don't give a crap about your stops. They don't care about you at all. If you get stopped out, you happen to be in the way. They're not trying to go for any of us. We're just like the little fish riding on the back of the big sharks. That's pretty much what it is. So. But yeah, not many people know that. Like, 80% of the market is all algorithmic. It's all bots. It's freaking... That's why you see VWAP. VWAP chops a lot. Why do you see VWAP chop and get rejected? And like Citadel, I think even Citadel admitted that they actually use VWAP too. So you have a lot of these hedge funds using VWAP. It's coded into their bots. So that's why you see VWAP work so well. Even retail uses VWAP. So it's like one of the most popular indicators out there. All right, let's just go to TP. Let's get this over with already, bruh. All right, let's go. What algorithm do you use? I don't use an algorithm. I use a strategy. It's not coded or anything. There's more than just retail versus smart money. People don't know the other battles that happens. What do you mean? You're either like an institution, a hedge fund, or you're a retail. What else is there? Here, give me a second. I'll be back. Come on, NASDAQ. All right. Did you adjust your stop? No, my stop loss is the same area it's always been as soon as I placed that trade. I mean, it's close, oh, you said stop loss. Yeah, I didn't adjust my stop loss. It is where it is. I mean, it's an area of invalidation. It's above those highs. So, you know, if it goes there, it's invalidated. That's my invalidation. I don't want to really adjust, because the reason I don't adjust my stop loss is because I didn't do the back testing on it. Like any adjustments I make, I gotta make sure I do back testing on it to make sure the adjustments are, like, they could work a couple times and they may seem like it working, but over a long period of time, those adjustments may not be good for your strategy. Craps. Oh, somebody's here again. Freaking A. Let's go, NASDAQ. Sorry, I'm at my office and you know how it is. What strategy? I'll explain the strategy after this TP gets hit. To blowing like 20 accounts, I can finally take profit. Boom. Oh, come on, don't edge me here. I swear, if this thing... I've had that happen one time, bro. That was the craziest emotional roller coaster I've ever been through. It came super close to my stop loss. I mean, to my take profit. Came super close to my TP. And then it just reversed. And then just went and stopped me out. Bro, that was like... That is one of the hardest things that you'll go through as a trader. When it comes super close to your TP and then just reverses and goes to your stop. It happens once in a blue moon, but dude, that's like the wildest thing. It's the hardest thing to deal with emotionally. Alright, there's TP. Another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. Why not move your stop down to keep that from happening? No, I'm strictly a rule-based. Whatever the rules say, like my strategy, once I place a stop loss there and a take profit, I keep that there. Like There is a reason I have my stop loss and take profit as certain areas. So I know some people may disagree with that, but like, it's just how I trade. It's just how I find success in trading. I don't want to change something unless I back test it. And yeah, all the people. And this is not like I'm some like, it's not like I'm some genius that I'm able to just like, I know exactly where the market's going. I literally got in before all this chop happened right here. Before all this chop happened, I got in at this candle right there. Right, this candle that pushed up into this gap, to this imbalance, that's where I got in. And then it was chopping sideways. So it's not like I knew that it was, you know, going to do that. But what I do know is if I follow my strategy, I've been profitable. It's been working. So as long as I follow my strategy, I could have cared, like, you know, this could have went up and stopped me out for all I know. And I would have been fine with that too. Because it would have been part of the, you know, there's an 80% win rate, then I'm still going to have trades that lose. About to pass another eval. Yeah, nice. Keep it going. Don't don't try to pass it too fast. Just keep a risk, you know, that makes sense so that you can actually go through. Like for these accounts that I'm trading right here, it takes me 7 losing trades in a row. 7 losing trades in a row for me to blow that account. 7 losing trades in a row for me to blow that account. So, and with an 80% win rate, the possibility of me losing 7 trades in a row with an 80% win rate is very low. So allow yourself that wiggle room. Allow yourself to go through drawdown to be able to take 2, 3 losing trades in a row. And I also personally have strategies based on like when I lose, for example, if my data shows me that I don't lose more than 2 trades in a row, if I lose my 3rd trade in a row, I size down half size and kind of reevaluate everything and then size back up once I make back a full loss. So once I make back a full size loss, half sized, then I can size back up and keep it going. And parts of your trading, this is why trading also, you'll have times when you're trading where you're kind of like, you know, maybe you're making money and losing money, and this month is kind of like a break-even month, and that's perfectly fine. You will have break-even months, and then you will have months where you lose, and then you will have months where you go, you know, you make really good money. So that's just a part of trading. It's not linear. You're not going to make money every week, every month. It's just how it, like, you never know how your strategy is going to turn out this week. But yeah, trading options, the time decay part is like, it's the hard part. You can really, that's one thing I hated about options. I used to trade options, same day expirations, that time decay, like right there. This is a perfect example. If I was trading options and this happened where I got into this trade, right? Say I took, you know, expirations that expire very soon. And then you can have time decay to the point where if it's like, for example, if it's a Friday and the options expire today and you get into a trade just like this and you get in and it chops sideways, guess what? Even though your break even becomes not your break even anymore because of time decay, those options, the closer you get to the end of the day, they're decaying. So you're losing money by sitting in chop like this if you're taking same day expiration. That's what I didn't like about options. Futures, right? I can get into a trade. This thing can chop for the whole day, and my break even is my break even. So there's no time decay. There's none of that BS. So that's one of the reasons I really like it. Oh, you're trading options? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, with futures, there was no time decay. My stop loss, wherever I entered, that's my entry. That's where it was. No matter how long it chopped sideways, My take profit is always going to be the same amount of money that I was looking for. But in options, yeah, it already went down 15%. So you're like, bro, that it could mess you up. And that's what kind of sucks. Like, you can have the right direction, but and here's the thing, you can't predict chop. Now with options, one thing you can do is just take contracts further out contracts. You don't have to take contracts that expire soon. You can take, but at the same time, I mean, you don't make as much money, or, there's other things that go into play there. But ever since I kind of switched to futures, I never went back to options. Even if I was like, I don't think I would ever, I don't see a reason, like, for me, if you take, what are the benefits of options and trade and futures? Like, I just think futures has way more benefits than options. I mean, what does options give you that futures doesn't? I don't know of anything that but I can tell you stuff that futures gives you that options doesn't. So I'm hesitating getting the futures because I've never traded them before. Oh, it's not, bro. It's nothing complicated. It's not at all. If you want to try it out, buy like an evaluation account. Like with Apex, when Apex says 80% off, buy a $30 account, get everything set up and kind of trade it, and you'll, especially with, if you know how to trade with prop firms, you can really take advantage of this prop firm time, because you as a trader, if you know how to trade, you can get funded with 7 accounts like I do. Like, how much I didn't even check how much money I made on that trade. So, hold on. So, I am, all right, 244. Let me do the math. Not a lot. So I only made $1,700 on that trade because I was sized down. Because I sized down because of how much based on my stop loss. So I only made $1,700 on that trade. But regardless, 1,700. I can't say only, because 1,700 is. That's a good amount of money. So, but what I'm saying is, like, yeah, like with 7 accounts, I make sometimes $2,600 a day. Sometimes, like today, $1,700. Sometimes $3,000. So it's like, that's the power of what's it called, prop firms, when you can actually copy trade. And I'm so used to like trading now with prop firms and knowing how to trade futures that I'm planning to actually. This is why I'm also patient. I'm going for that. I'm going for that next payout, $20,000 payout. And so once I get that $20,000 payout, I'm going to take $5,000 out and start a live account. So then once I start trading a live account, I'm going to have my own personal live account, and then I'm going to copy trade my funded accounts. So then I'll have a live account and funded accounts at the same time. I'm big with futures. For me, futures are really, yeah. I mean, futures are the reason why, to be honest with you, futures are one of the reasons why I learned how to trade. If it wasn't for futures, I don't know if I would have learned how to trade. Because the thing about trading is, you have to be in it long enough to find success, right? It took me 3 years to become profitable. 3 freaking years to actually finally find a strategy, stick to it, have good risk management, good psychology. It took me 3 years. Maybe it won't take that long for somebody. Maybe it'll be 2 years for somebody. It may take some longer than 3 years for other person. So it's like, futures allowed me, these prop firms allowed me to, a lot of people shit on these prop firms, but it allowed me to, honestly, I was able to blow accounts and not be the end, right? If I buy, say, a $30 account and I blow it, it's not the end of the world. As long as you try to learn from your mistakes and improve. But think about it, you fund a $2,000 live account and blow it, and then blow another $2,000. At a certain point, you gotta say, listen, either I stop trading, either you trade sim account and actually learn this and stop risking your own money. But most people don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to, actually make money, because I didn't get the emotional kind of strain you get with trading live money. So, but prop firms give you that opportunity to learn. And this is why I say, tell people, if you're learning, go for the cheapest account, because you're going to blow accounts. You're going to blow. So, pause. If you blow accounts, you want to get the cheapest. Apex, when they have 80% off, right? It's like 30 something bucks. And then finally, once you kind of can pass one account and you've proven to yourself that you have a solid strategy you can follow, you have good risk management, then you can start scaling up accounts. You can start getting, 2 accounts, 4 accounts, 7 accounts, 10 accounts, 20 accounts, 30 accounts. I mean, you can really start scaling these accounts when you actually have a strategy works, and you can actually start, buying and scaling these accounts. I trade full-time, but my full-time trading for me is not a full-time job. It's like, I'm done for the day. Like, I'm gonna hop off soon. I'm gonna give it probably like five more minutes, and I'm gonna hop off. So full-time trading for me is like an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. That's full-time trading. I don't think any trader should sit there full-time on the charts. But look at my TP. Bruh, you can't. Look at where my TP was. What did it do? It took me out. My TP was exactly right here. This 24,969 level, or 968 level, 968. 24,968. Took out my TP, and then now it's moving right back up. Me and NASDAQ have this like good relationship going, Could you give me a list of 5 stocks to it? I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah. Don't spend your money. I don't know if you're trolling. You're probably trolling, but if you're like trading, investing, it takes time. Like, unless you're just somebody who has a 401k and you put it in the S&P 500, that's different. But like, actual trading is super difficult. It's a very difficult thing that's gonna take time. And like, the social media space has skewed trading so badly to make it seem like it's a get-rich-quick scheme, or it's a get-rich-quick thing. It's not. It takes a lot of freaking learning and discipline and finding the strategy that works for your psychology, and then sticking to it. And then finding a strategy is half the battle. Sticking to the strategy is the other half of the battle, where the psychology part comes in. It's like, it's difficult. I mean, you're trading against some of the smartest people in the world, literally. I mean, you think hedge funds hire quants, right, to code algorithms. So quants code algorithms for these hedge funds, and you have these quants that are graduating from like Harvard and Princeton with mathematics degrees, and freaking, they're some of the smartest people in the world that you're trading against. So what makes you think that you could just like come into this space and within a year just all of a sudden just like become profitable? Maybe there is an anomaly out there and some people do it, but for the majority of people, it takes time. It took me 3 years. And I've heard it from other people where like traders like that actually have, prop firms, proprietary firms that actually have trading floors and stuff like that. I've heard like professional traders say, hey, it takes an average of 2 years if we teach a trader like from square one, and we teach him full time, and we're teaching him, professional traders are teaching him, he has mentors. It took him 2 years to become profitable. So it's not easy. And everyone's learning curve is going to be different based on 2 factors. Based on your psychology, and based on how well you learn from your mistakes. If you're somebody who can learn from your mistakes very fast and kind of improve and be very like data driven, you could learn decently quickly. Maybe not within a year, but you could learn fairly, But if you're someone who keeps making the same mistake over and over and over again and is never trying to improve, you don't know why you're taking like losses, and you're never trying to improve, you're not journaling, you're not keeping track of your data, then you have scenarios where a trader has been trading for 8 years and he's still not profitable. It's different times for everyone because of the psychology, how fast you learn, how well you learn from your mistakes. That all plays a major factor into it. I heard it's a lot of luck. In terms of day trading, I wouldn't say luck. I would say so day trading is just statistics. That's it. Look at trading as statistics. That's it. Right? So if you want to be a successful trader, what do you have to do? First of all, you have to find a strategy. A strategy that you've back tested, right? You go back, you back test the strategy, and it works. And you can go, okay, this month it was profitable. This month it was profitable. This month it was profitable. So you've back tested the strategy and you know it's a profitable strategy. Next thing you do after the back testing is then you forward test in a simulated account. Whether it's a PropFirm account, if you want to buy it is what it is. But ideally, you forward test it in a simulated account. So then you forward test it in a simulated account. That forward testing proves that you can actually execute that strategy in real time. Not just look at it in hindsight on a back test, right? You can actually execute it in real time. And then you forward test the strategy. And while you're forward testing the strategy, you are keeping track of your data. You're keeping track of how many losing trades do you take in a row. When you are losing on a trade, what is going wrong? Like, pay attention. When you do lose a trade, pay attention to what you did wrong. For example, when I lose a trade, if I get a setup, and it's according to my strategy. If I get a setup according to my strategy and I lose, I take a look. All right, we swept these internal highs. We rejected off view up, and I got stopped out. So if that keeps happening over and over again to where I keep buying below view up, even though it's my strategy, and I keep getting stopped out, guess what? Next time I get my strategy set up, I may not take the trade because I keep getting stopped out on when we're below view up that close. So you have to keep track of your data in order to know if something is changing, you need to make some adjustments. That's professional trading. This is what you see on social media. What a lot of people do is they just wake up and they're just buying at random areas. They're buying at a low just because it's at a low. They have no idea why they bought down here. But you know what? I felt like it was a good buy. And what I tell people, the way you know you have a solid strategy, you as a trader should be able to miss a day of trading, come back at the end of the day, and be able to tell me exactly where you would have bought. For example, me, I could have missed today, right? I could have not even come in today into the office. Say I got sick yesterday and I didn't want to trade today. I slept in. I could have came back the end of the day and I could have told you exactly. I would have entered right there. I could have told you exactly the exact price I would have entered, even though I didn't come, if I wouldn't have come in today. You need to be able to do that. You shouldn't be like, oh, I feel like, why did you buy there? Well, I felt like it was going to go up. I felt like, it was a good time for this thing to go up. We were at a low, so I felt like it was going to go up. Like, okay, so you're just trading on feelings. You felt like it's going to go up. It's data driven. Why did I have my TP down here? Why did I not have my TP way down here somewhere? Right? There's a reason I had my TP, and you can see what happened. This thing took me out of my TP, and now we're all the way back up here. Did I just get lucky just because? Like, do I just get lucky that often? No, it's because I have my TP and my stop loss at very specific areas. Like, just always look at trading as data-driven. Be a data-driven trader. That's it. It's statistics. And when you look at it in terms of statistics, you know that even an 80% win rate is going to have losing trades. Even an 80% win rate, you're going to go through losing streaks. It may not be, your losing streak may be 3 trades in a row or 2 trades in a row because of your win rate. But nonetheless, you're still going to go through losing streaks. Like, the goal of trading is not to just make money today. All right, whatever. I made, you made $1,700 today, whatever. My goal is to make money long term for my P&L, because If I can slowly grow this thing and keep growing it, eventually, right? You as a trader, maybe you start making $200 a day. Then you eventually start making, $2,000 a day. Then that 2,000 turns into 5,000, then 10,000, then 15,000. And I know traders that are pulling $30,000 days. Why? I've been trading 2 years and I'm at my level. He's pulling $30,000 days because he's been trading for 11 years already. His account is like, he's trading with, almost $1 million. He's trading with $600,000. So yeah, he can pull $30,000 days because of his account size. But what's the plan? I mean, my plan is already, I'm done. I took TP. My thing about trading also is I try to wait for these kind of setups, one high quality setup per day. That's it. That's all I want. I'm not somebody who's going to sit there and take a trade every 10 minutes. I wait for one quality setup per day and that's it. And I can walk away. Boom. I made $1,700. It's 11:30 in the morning and I can walk away. I'm not going to just go relax on the beach like some, I'm going to go, relax on the beach and whatever. No. Even though I can. I live like 20 minutes away from the beach. I could technically go to the beach, but guess what? I don't do that. I got other stuff I do. Trading should not be, I make money so I don't have to do anything. No, I think trading, you should have other things you do. Like me personally, I buy and sell cars. I make money. That's another thing. I buy and sell cars. So it's something I like to do. It keeps me busy. So also it works out good for trading because if I don't get a setup, guess what? I walk away. I got other crap I got to do. I got other work I got to take care of. So I'm not sitting here, trading all day because I have other things I need to do. Trading should be an avenue for you to be able, it should give you the freedom to be able to start maybe another business that you wanted to start, whatever it is. Maybe you want to do content creation. Maybe you want to start an e-com store. Maybe you want to do Amazon FBA, whatever it is, whatever you like to do. Trading should give you the freedom to fund other things that can make you money. So you're not just making money in trading, you're making money in other things. You have, 2-3 different sources of income coming in. That's the goal. And then you can relax whenever you want. But trust me, this whole thing of like, if you figure out trading, then you don't ever have to work a day in your life ever again. Trust me, that's not what you want. You as a human being were not created to just relax on the beach and do nothing. You're not going to be happy doing that. Trust me. You as a human being, you need to keep yourself busy. You need to have goals, tasks. You need to constantly have goals to be striving for, not just relaxing on a beach and wherever and not doing anything. You're not going to like that. You're going to enjoy that maybe for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, but eventually you're going to get sick of it and you're going to want some kind of goal to strive for. That's what I like about trading too. You can never reach that ultimate goal. Like, there's always another level to go for, right? You have some people in trading making $30,000 days, and then you have other people making $300,000 days, and then you have other people pushing $1 million days. So it's like the levels to trading are so high that, bro, you spend your whole life trying to get to that level. And that's cool. I think that's awesome. I bought as soon as you hit TP. Well, yeah, that's why I had my TP at that area, because that was an area where I knew price could reverse there. So that's exactly why I had my TP at that area. That's an area of reversal that we could reverse there. And we did exactly that. We reversed there. Is it true bots can trade for you? Yeah. I mean, there are bots. You can technically code. If you have a strategy that's systematic like mine, I would be able to code my strategy. But the problem with that is there is a level of intuition in pretty much every single strategy. There's a level of intuition that you can't really code. Like, there's a level of intuition that you get watching the market for 3 years that sometimes you're just like, you get the setup, right? But there are times maybe you don't take it because you've seen a similar situation where you got stopped out. So now you don't take that same setup. Even though if you were to code that, your bot would have taken that setup and it would have been a loss. But because you have that level of intuition, maybe you could have prevented that loss from happening. So there is a level of intuition that plays in that you can't code. Market bullish today. We are still bearish. Even though we're getting this push up, we're still we're heading into, we're at view op right now. So you can kind of see we're on like an hourly chart. So I say pay attention to higher time frames, right? We're kind of the tough area. This is a bounce area down here, and you can kind of see, look at all these wicks down here. This is a bounce area. But we're below view. When we're below view op, generally speaking, right? When we're below view op, we're bearish. When we're above view op, we're bullish. That's kind of the general sentiment. We're literally right at view op right now. We're right at view op. So we're kind of in the middle. We could get some chop here. Just like we got before at view op. We had this chop before we actually had that move. Now we could chop sideways again. We're at view op again. Or this thing could reject off view up and go all the way back down to the bottom. But this is an area that you have to pay attention to if you are in a trade. If you're in a long, it's an area you have to pay attention to and understand that we could reject here. So, but yeah, that's that. I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to head out. I got to go eat and then I got to go get to work. Dude, this freaking thing sucks that it gets dark at like 5 o'clock. Man, I used to be able to like, you know, still kind of relax for a little bit and then go back to work, and it got dark at like 8 o'clock and I was able to actually like, now it's like by the time I go home, I eat, you know, I'll relax for a little bit and then I'll go back to work, and it's like I got like 3-4 hours to work only after. But it is what it is. Hopefully they stop this crap soon. Hopefully. I think everyone would agree that we want it to get dark at 8 o'clock, not 5 o'clock. Nobody wants it to get dark at 5 o'clock, and we still can't change it. But, alright. I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't overtrade. Don't chase. If you missed out on a trade or whatever, then it's fine. There's always tomorrow. Remember, there's always tomorrow. If you took a loss, there's always tomorrow. Don't set yourself back so much that you spend 2 weeks making back 1 day's worth of loss. Don't do it. If you took a loss, it's fine. There's going to be tomorrow. There's going to be better setups. There's going to be more trades. But do not set yourself back. So, that being said, peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back around 9:30. So, peace out.